Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1, and today I'd like to take you on a tour of Universal Studios Hollywood's Backlot. In fact, it's an incredible and epic tram tour. And I forgot to do an intro there at the park at Universal Studios Hollywood, so I thought I'd go ahead and do the intro here at home. But this tour is really unlike anything we have here in Florida. Of course, the Backlot tour at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World is long gone, and that's where Galaxy's Edge is now, of course. But at Universal Studios Orlando, they used to have a tram tour a long time ago as well, and of course that's long gone, so we don't have anything like this here. So I was super excited to experience this Universal Studios Hollywood tram tour, and what they've really done is incorporated a lot of the rides that are featured at Universal Studios Orlando into this tram tour. So you'll see some of those, and even some that are extinct at Universal Studios Orlando are here as part of this tram tour in Hollywood. So I hope you enjoy this amazing Universal Studios Hollywood Backlot Tram Tour.
Safety for the safety of those around you. No selfie sticks on board. All right, everyone, we have officially left the theme park behind, and we are now on the road that is taking us into the heart of the oldest operating film studio in the United States, Universal Pictures. We were founded by a gentleman by the name of Carl Laemmle. He's the gentleman on your screen right now with the bow tie. He himself was an immigrant from Bavaria who came to the United States in the early 20th century, and on April 30th, 1912, he incorporated Universal Pictures as a business, which officially makes us the oldest operating film studio in the United States. We beat Paramount by 1 week. And a few years later, in 1915, he founded Universal City. Everybody look to your right real quick. You're going to see Fire Station 51. That is a real fire station. Those are not actors. That is not a set. Those are real fire trucks, because we are actually a real city here at Universal City. We've got a fire department, a sheriff's department, a zip code, named streets. We have everything a city has except for residents, which is how we got our name, the strangest city in the world. Now, when Carl Laemmle first purchased Universal City back in 1915, we were only about 200 acres large. Today, in 2023, we are over 400 acres large, and you'll actually see some active construction coming up on the left-hand side of the tram. We're constantly expanding new sound stages and new buildings as well. Which brings us to our very first soundstage coming up on the left-hand side. That is our Soundstage 12, our oldest soundstage on the front lot, built in 1929. Some extraordinary films actually utilized our Soundstage 12. Let's take a look.
Really good with now we got
Now, as you can see, a soundstage is an incredibly versatile environment, right? It's a large enclosed building with very high ceilings, 95 to 98% soundproof, and you can make whatever type of environment you need. A blizzard, a rainstorm, a big city, right? Today, the majority of our sound stages are busy with awesome television work. To your left, you're going to see the sound stages that we use for the Universal television production show Hacks on HBO. Movies utilized that space, including The Grinch's Lair from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, John Carpenter's The Thing, I'm a huge horror fan, Snow White and the Huntsman, and Academy Award-winning director Ron Howard shot Apollo 13 in that soundstage.
Realism was an essential element for Apollo 13. After all, we were recreating an important moment in American history, a moment many Americans witnessed on television. We thought about filming in Houston, Texas, where the original control room for the Apollo missions still exists. Unfortunately, NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they built Mission Control. Since there was no room for the elaborate camera cranes and tracks we needed for the shots, we had to build our own mission control.
We had to build our own mission control. You heard Mr. Howard, right? He easily could have gone to Houston to Real Mission Control to shoot his movie. However, Real Mission Control isn't as prepared and equipped as a fully vertically integrated film studio like we are. Fully integrated meaning we do everything from pre-production all the way to post-production. That happens here at Universal Studios. Anything involving pre-production with a project, things like budgeting, script writing. Sometimes casting work happens in these offices. Any business that involves pre-production happens in these offices, and we have some very talented producers that call our bungalow area home, including one of my heroes, Jordan Peele. His Monkey Paw Productions is right here to our left. Right next door to that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's $7 Productions, Young Rock on Peacock. It's a very, very funny show. Also, Elizabeth Banks' Brownstone Productions is to our left as well. Now, this is into the front of the sound stages, and the rear of the sound stage is where the actual magic takes place. We built these sound stages for the recent Will and Grace revival on MSNBC, and these sound stages are actually capable of supporting a live studio audience. We're currently working on George Lopez's hilarious new show, Lopez vs. Lopez, starring George Lopez and his very funny daughter, Mayan Lopez, in our large-scale exterior sets. I want to talk to you a little bit about the different types of sets that we have, so as you see them along the journey, you'll know exactly how they work and what they're called. So first up, we have facades, which is what's on your screen right now. And a facade is pretty much just a big fake wall, right? It's a big fake wall. However, when you put it in front of a camera, it can look like an entire building. That's movie magic. That's the illusion of filmmaking. A step up from a facade is called a shell. And what a shell is it looks like a full building. You've got 4 walls and a ceiling. You can use it for exterior shots. However, inside it is completely empty. You can't do anything inside except maybe take a nap. Close look at some of the building materials you're going to see. I understand that this is probably the closest a lot of you have been to an actual Hollywood set. And as you look at these buildings, right, and as you look at these materials, I want you to understand that what looks like stone, what looks like brick, what looks like concrete, it's plastic, plywood, plaster, and fiberglass. All of our sets are completely versatile because, again, we have to accommodate any production that comes our way. We have to be able to blow something up, make it look like it's in a different time period, right? Our sets are very versatile. Also, American Ninja Warrior fans, we utilize our Metropolitan sets to film American Ninja Warrior, you may recognize. Also, our Metropolitan sets can pretty much portray any city: Philadelphia, Detroit, Minneapolis. Although, as you can imagine, the Big Apple is usually what we're portraying.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Some of our sets in action right there. All right, everyone, check it out. Cars lined up for you today, including picture cars from our Back to the Future franchise. Also have some cars from our Flintstone franchise as well. To my Harry Potter fans, we have the Ford Anglia that Ron picked Harry up in to take them to her second year of Hogwarts and Chamber of Secrets right there. Fought the Whomping Willow in that car. And we also have some cars from our Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park franchises. Now, our picture cars are just as versatile and flexible as our sets. Right? We want to be able to throw them off a cliff, repaint them easily. As a matter of fact, coming up on the left, you're going to notice a tank from our Transformers movies. Guess what? That tank is made of plywood. Looks like metal, doesn't it, right? You can knock that tank off over with your pinky, right? Because again, we want to be as flexible as possible to accommodate any production that comes our way. The Back to the Future films, the DeLorean, we made upwards of 12 to 15 different copies of that car so that we could use them all at the same time, shooting in different locations, which saves time and money, right? So much work goes into creating movie magic. Now, some of you noticed that we had some Jurassic Park and Jurassic World vehicles. I forgot to tell you all, we keep actual dinosaurs here at Universal Studios, so there is a chance you might get eaten on this tour, all right? So arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. And keep a lookout. I hear there's some dinosaurs around here somewhere. As many of you are aware, Jurassic Park was a groundbreaking film when it dropped in 1993, especially from a special effects standpoint. The dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were originally going to be stop-motion animation. For those of you who are familiar with what that is, the films Coraline, or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, or Nightmare Before Christmas, that is stop-motion. That's originally how the dinosaurs were going to look. Dennis Muren from Industrial Light and Magic stepped in and incorporated computer-generated imagery and animation. So again, that marriage of practical effect and computer-generated effect is the reason that those dinosaurs still look great 30 years to the day. All right, we left Jurassic Park behind, and we are now in the section of our backlot we like to call Old Mexico, obviously meant to depict certain areas of Latin America. And we're going to take a moment to introduce you to one of Hollywood's most prevalent practical effects, and that is weather. All right? So, real rain is very difficult to film because it's unpredictable and it's difficult to light. It comes down too fast. So we here in Hollywood make our own rain. We got some thunder thanks to some speakers and a downpour thanks to some sprinklers, or as we call them here in Hollywood, rain rigs. These rain rigs shoot the water straight up. Gravity pulls the water right on down. Again, very easy to control for any production that needs it. Now, I forgot to warn you all, if you are in a blue seat, you might get wet. Those in blue seats might get wet. They're going to do good luck. Welcome to the Flashlight Attraction at the Universal Studios. Our flash flood attraction, wowing audiences since 1968, which officially makes it the oldest attraction of the Universal Studio Tour. Some of you may recognize that section of Old Mexico from the film Big Fat Liar.
You can't run a wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Funny
Oh, poor Paul Giamatti, washed away. We've utilized Old Mexico for some awesome projects, including Lady Gaga's Judas video, utilized our flash flood section of our Old Mexico area. Also, Star Trek Picard utilized Old Mexico to portray the Vulcan planet Vashti. As you can see, we've left Old Mexico behind, and we are now in our old Western sets. Lots of history here. In the mid-20th century, the 40s, 50s, and 60s, Westerns entertainment was huge, both in film and television. Fantastic classics like Gunsmoke, Bonanza, Wagon Train, right? All of those fantastic pieces of entertainment were very important to audiences in the 1950s and 60s, and some really great work was done here, especially by great artists like W.C. Fields and Jimmy Stewart as well. The legendary Jimmy Stewart. All right, folks, quick reminder for everyone. Just want to let you know that we're approximately halfway through our tour, and I want to let you know that you need to please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the tram at all times. The studio is private property, and if you drop your phone or can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention, and I'll be back to assist you, but please remain seated on the tram. All right, folks, if you look to your left, you're going to see a body of water. That is our Park Lake, used for both film adaptations of the musical Showboat, and the TV series McHale's Navy, also shot in our Park Lake. That Park Lake is also home to my favorite Universal classic monster, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Shot in 1954 right here on our Park Lake. Hey, there's the Gill Man. Look at that handsome face. Swipe right, right? Hopefully he's still chilling in that Park Lake to this day. For those of my park guests with eagle eyes, I'm also to the left through these trees. You're going to notice some satellite dishes, right? Those satellite dishes are actually how we transmit our news to our local NBC News affiliates, including NBC4 and Noticias Telemundo as well. All right, let's see. So I took you to Jurassic Park. I took you to the big city. We went to the Old West. All right, and Skull Island, home of King Kong. Right now, everybody, I bid you welcome. Behold, on either side of the tram, welcome to our Little Europe. The section of our backlot obviously used to depict scenes with a European feel and look to them. Some of you may recognize our Little Europe as Genovia, from the Princess Diaries to the Kingdom of Genovia. It was also the fairy tale kingdom in Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, starring Brandy and Whitney Houston. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Most recently, one of my favorite NBC sitcoms heavily utilized our Little Europe sets, and that show is The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
Oh, yeah. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Very, very, very funny show. You can stream that on Netflix. I highly recommend you check it out. Ted Danson is hilarious. Kristen Bell's hilarious. William Jackson Harper, who plays Chidi, is great too. Now, as I said before, so many of our Universal classic monsters, including Dracula, The Invisible Man, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein as well. To those of my friends who enjoy the TV show Bel Air on Peacock, you'll see our Denver house to the left. You'll recognize that as one of the houses on the TV show. All right, folks, good news. Check it out. It looks like I've got the go-ahead from dispatch, and I get to show you the inside of an actual soundstage. Quick reminder, please remain seated, especially those with children on board. Arms and legs inside the vehicle. There's going to be lots of equipment out. We really don't want anyone reaching for anything. Now, this is a hot set, which means the crew station, right? This is our setting. Who can tell me what city you think we're supposed to be in? What location? Where are we supposed to be? Very good, the front part. Exactly, San Francisco, right? Teams of dozens of people, tons of designers. All their job is to make sure that, whoa. Right, it's all fine, everybody. Just find your California tremor. No need to worry. Just please remain seated. And hold on tight. Reset back to You just experienced an 8.3 earthquake.
Did they say that was a set from Bones?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, let's see. I put you through an earthquake. I introduced you to King Kong. Let me see. I'm missing something. Oh, right. I want to introduce you to one of my good friends. His name is Jaws. Uh-oh. Look out.
There's a heart up there.
There's a shark on the loose. Keep an eye out for him. Got a little heart in the sky. Anyone see some sky writing up there? Yeah. All right. Keep an eye out for this shark. He's around here somewhere. There he is. Do you see him? There he is. Oh no, he's coming toward the tram. All right, we're going to pull a little further further up this pier where I think it's going to be a little safer. Listen, we've got some gasoline barrels out here. Please, no smoking on the tram. No smoking on the tram. Oh, no. I said no smoking. Who was that? Look who came to the barbecue, everybody! Woo! Arms and legs inside the vehicle. He loves ribs, something he and I have in common. That's my buddy Jaws. Steven Spielberg's 1975 blockbuster classic, Jaws. As a matter of fact, the term blockbuster was actually first used to describe the movie Jaws. When it came out in 1975, it was so popular that lines were around the theater to see the film. And critics began referring to the film as a blockbuster. So now when you hear the term blockbuster, you'll know that it came from the film Jaws. Now thank goodness for Steven Spielberg's brilliance and persistence, because a lot of times the animatronic shark in the movie didn't work the way it was supposed to.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, "The shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working."
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited.
The shark worked well enough for a while there, and it so I really owe the shark a lot.
Some really great films taking place in our Chicken Ranch house. I'm a huge horror fan. Rob Zombie utilized our house for House of a Thousand Corpses. Also, Dolly Parton utilized this house for her film, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. We also utilized some of our residential houses to portray Wisteria Lane on Desperate Housewives. Left onto Janet Lee Drive. As I told you before, we are a real city, which means we have named streets, and we've named our streets after some Hollywood legends. Now, my car fans, whip out those cameras again, because I have some more picture cars coming up on the right-hand side of the tram. This time, I've got a lot of cars to show you from our Fast and Furious franchise, including Dom's black Dodge Charger. You can also spot Dom's orange Julius car, and for my Transformers fans, oh, is that Bumblebee in the back? I think it might be. Alright everybody, if you can't tell, I am a huge film nerd and I love this job. I'm about to take you to my favorite part of the Universal Backlot. I'm about to take you to the setting of Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 classic, Psycho. Welcome to the Bates Motel, everybody. I hear there's a crazy proprietor on the loose. Fantastic score by Bernard Herrmann. Crafted a score using only a string section, violins, violas, cellos, and basses. Not only did that save budget, but it offered a monochromatic sound. Monochromatic, just like the black and white film. And in a few moments, we're going to get a closer look at the actual Bates residence, the Psycho house. Now, the house on your screen is an example of a shell. That's not a real house, right? It's actually just a wall. We learned about the different kinds, and... oh, wait! I think that's Norman! Hey, Norman, how's it going? Oh, he looks a little nervous. I hope he's okay. Hey, buddy. How's business going? Uh-oh. Whoa. Yike. Look out in the back car. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, that was a close one, everybody. All right. Behold, on either side of the tram, the destruction around you. You are now on the set of Steven Spielberg's 2005 sci-fi epic War of the Worlds, adapted from the H.G. Wells 1898 novel of the same name. Look out now.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When you first get to sit down to talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good.
Where you going? Keep cussing me. Cussing me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay. Robbie, get in. Get in.
Ooh, he was a lot nicer about that than my dad would have been, I tell you that much, although I'd already been in the car. Steven Spielberg actually liked how the plane looked cut in half because of how creepy all of the empty seats looked. Steven Spielberg obviously has a long, fantastic legacy with us here at Universal Studios. Another director that we're beginning to have a lovely burgeoning relationship with is one of my heroes, Jordan Peele. And it is now my pleasure to take you to the setting of his 2022 sci-fi horror film, Nope. Welcome to Jupiter's Claim, everybody.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of no.
It is super creepy around here, y'all. I think it might be a good idea for us to get out of here. Anybody? Yes? No? Never mind. Disregard. Happy Black History Month. Everything's fine. All right, folks, I have one more attraction to show you on the tour today. I am going to take you to the home of Dom and the family from the Fast and Furious franchise. Welcome to Sullivan's Garage. And quick reminder, you've been a fantastic group of guests so far. Please stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. All right, now, what's cool about this attraction is you're actually going to get to see some more picture cars, all right, especially as we pull in. We're going to sit tight for just a few moments.
My name is Roman Pierce. Hey, yo! They just got here. All right, I got it. Well, listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the third row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you.
You may even get Fast and Furious to work next time, you never know. But I really hope to see you back here. Again, remain seated, and I will see you at exit.
All right, everybody. Well, that's all for now for this Universal Studios Hollywood Epic Backlot Tram Tour. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, I didn't record everything. It's a pretty long tour, but I did try and show you the highlights. The Fast and Furious section didn't work properly, and so that's why I had cut that part out. Actually, I just stopped filming when we were in the attraction, and you could hear right there at the end, our announcer driver actually mentioned that he hoped that they could get Fast and the Furious to work better next time. Actually, I don't think it was the driver. I think the driver was in the front and the announcer was somewhere in the back. But either way, he did a great job. And, of course, it was just technical difficulties that Fast and the Furious didn't work. But the rest of it worked, and everything was really, really fun on the tour. It was amazing to see it. The scenery is beautiful there in the valley around the studio. I think it's the San Fernando Valley. It's just absolutely breathtaking around there. So it was really fun to tour around, and I can't wait to go back sometime. So thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our sponsors, Mickey Blog and MickeyTravels.com, for the best in free Disney vacation planning advice. Also, if you'd like to find your dream home here in Central Florida, not in Hollywood, we don't do Hollywood yet, but in Central Florida, if you'd like to find your dream home, ResortTV1Homes.com, brokered by eXp Realty. That's ResortTV1Homes.com, so that you can find your dream home here in Central Florida. And finally, if you'd like to rent a DVC room for a fraction of the cost, check out David's DVC Rentals at dvcrequest.com. dvcrequest.com/TV. That's dvcrequest.com/TV. All right, everybody. So for now, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now that you've finished watching this video, be sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all of the latest updates. Also, check out some other great videos on our channel. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.